What's up, guys? It's Pat, and today I am joined by Mike, and we are starting our first ever podcast. So, I know I have a terrible setup, literally. I wanted to make sure it started absolutely terrible, so it can only head straight up from here.
Set low expectations.
Yeah, I didn't want it to be too high. So, Cloud is also joining us, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Lift him up. Lift him up for the camera. Aw.
Uh-huh.
So as you can tell, Mike's actually in my house right now. I'm in a hotel room. This looks so much better. I feel terrible about it. So guys, this is what we're going to do. So the first podcast ever is something I've always wanted to do anyways. And we kind of talked about this a lot, right, Mike? How we talk on the phone every day.
Dude, like average of 5 hours a day.
And we're like, all the interesting stories and things we say, we could easily make like an entertaining video. And after months of thinking about it, here it is. So we're actually starting a second channel. It's going to be PopularMMOs podcast, and I'll leave a link down below. And here's the thing, and we talked about this a little bit. If we can get 500,000 subscribers in 2 weeks, me, you, and Ethan, I didn't even ask him, but
No, we don't need to ask him. He sent us to jail. The whole reason why this video is here.
All right, so we're all going to get a tattoo of Cloud. But we're going to all do it separately, and we're going to see who can get the best tattoo of Cloud, which I think I'm going to beat you guys on.
I think you'll definitely beat us. I'll be a close second, though.
Yeah, I'm going to be flying to a different country, getting someone to do it. So guys, if you want to see us get a tattoo, I have no tattoos. I've never wanted a tattoo, but if I was always to get one, I always said it would be Cloud. I would do it for the channel. I'll probably be crying. So yeah, I'll leave a link down below for that. And today's topic is going to be something everyone's talked about. I know I haven't made a video in like 2 years. It's about me going to jail. Also,
classic.
Mike going to jail, Ethan going to jail. It's such a good story, but everything online about it, where everyone talks about me, they are like, "You're such a horrible person."
Defamation, bro.
I'm like, what did I even do? Like, well, we're going to head into that. So definitely stick around for the whole thing. It was a crazy story.
Was it 51 hours worth of a story?
Oh my God, it was ridiculous. One more thing. We're going to keep this as kid-friendly as possible. The second channel, don't go to, because that one's going to be adult-friendly. So we're going to be free to talk about our lives and say whatever we want. So, and that's not a joke at all. So if you're under like 35 years old, maybe you're too young for it. All right, so who should start this story is the real question.
Dude, where do we even start? Start when Ethan first reached out to you, I guess. That's where it all began, because I walked into my apartment and you were there with everyone else, and that's kind of where it went downhill.
Okay, so like I hadn't talked to Ethan, and you guys have seen Ethan on the channel before. I hadn't talked to him in like 2 months. All of a sudden I get a phone call, and he's like, "Pat," I'm like, "Dude, I haven't talked to you forever." He's like, "What do you think about jumping on the field of the football game tomorrow?" I was like, I'm not sure. He's like, "I'm gonna do it," and I was like, "Of course I'll go with you." And that is where my life went completely downhill compared to everyone online.
Oh my goodness. So I came home. I was supposed to go on a date this night, or that night, that we got arrested. I walk in, Pat's there, a few of our other friends were there. Ethan was my roommate at the time, still a good buddy of mine, of course. See him all the time. And they were like, "Hey, we're going to a football game." And I'm like, no, pump the brakes. I can't do this. I have a date. Can't do it. And they're like, "We already bought you a ticket. You're coming. Here we go." I'm like, "Oh, well, that sucks." He's like, "It's my special day. I'm going to jail."
Dude, the special day part was my favorite part.
I know. Ethan's like blackballing me. He's like, "Bro, this is my special day. I'm going to jail." Let alone, it was everyone's special day, apparently.
I know.
He's so generous. He just had to share it with us.
Oh, yeah, dude, the special day thing, he said it to you over and over. And you're like, no, but you can't miss my special day. Because he literally planned on getting arrested for something cool. Like, that was the whole point of it.
See, I knew that there was I was like, I just don't want to be involved in any of this. Like, football's cool and all. Go Jags. Duval, obviously. But I just don't really go to those type of things. I mean, that's just
I never even went to one before.
That's what I'm saying. I've never been to a professional, like, football event or NFL event, and like, I don't know. I mean, it was obviously a very eventful event, considering what all transpired. Yeah. I mean, we made national TV, so obviously, yeah, it was pretty eventful.
I think we're allowed to talk about anything because all of our cases have been dropped at this point. I'm less worried than you. They can rearrest you. I'm in London. They can't get me.
All my stuff's been disputed. I'm an innocent man. Everything was alleged. I didn't do anything wrong. I was just supporting the Jags.
So here's kind of what happened. They
don't even know what happened yet. We didn't even go over what happened. All we talked about.
Okay, so, yeah, we met at your apartment. Then we parked in some weird area. I don't even know where we were. Honestly, I'm so confused.
We parked on the side of a road by a bridge because we didn't know where to park. Yeah, so that was just kind of its whole... Getting to the stadium from where we parked was a whole event in itself, honestly, I feel like. Just because we didn't know where we were.
This is the thing you can't forget, though. How much props did Ethan bring with him?
Oh my goodness, I mean...
He had a wig. He's like, I'll escape, I'll put on a wig, and I will sit in the crowd and blend in. That was impossible.
Dude, Vaseline, I mean, yeah.
Dude, there was so much stuff. We had, markers, we had, wigs, a football, a firecracker?
Confetti cannon.
Okay.
Yeah,
they called it a firecracker.
Definitely distinguished the two. One's a party trick and the other one's a firework. It was no.
That's what they called it. That's the problem when we were there.
They were just doing their job, making sure everyone's safe. Can't blame them.
But we eventually got into the place.
Yep, we eventually drove to the stadium, got to the stadium, got inside the stadium. Walked around the stadium.
Yeah, we walked around and Ethan was looking for his spot to do his jump in, and and all of our friends were there. Everyone, even I told my mom that he was gonna jump on the field. And I told my mom, she's like, "Oh, that's funny," because he did it at the baseball game and it was fine. So I thought everything was fine. My mom thought
it was fine until it wasn't fine at the baseball stadium too. They eventually got him for that one.
I know, and I'm just following Ethan around, for his little plan, which he took forever to do. And then, so they kind of, suspected something because we walked around so sketchy, I feel the whole time.
Yeah, definitely threw up some flags on the radar. They were, watching, they were
this is where it got weird. Before he decided what he was going to do, so we went to the bathroom. And that's when he was like, I want my whole body covered in Vaseline so that I could slip through anyone trying to grab me.
Yeah, slippery little snake.
It was super weird. We covered his body in Vaseline. And then, what do you write? It was his idea to write "Birds Aren't Real" on his chest.
Yeah, he wrote "Birds Weren't Real," and then he wrote "Mike, marry me," because I'm Mike.
That was my idea.
Oh, that was your idea? I don't know. I was flattered regardless. I ended up not getting married. I did get a boyfriend in jail though for 48 hours.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, so I actually said that if you put Mike marry me, they think, oh, this is a beautiful gesture, they won't arrest him. But that's exactly what did not happen.
Oh yeah, quite the opposite happened.
So to be honest, all we did was record him just like everyone else in the field did when he jumped on the field. And he ran, and then someone got him by the shoe, which didn't have Vaseline on it. We forgot to Vaseline the shoes. Which,
that in itself is its own story. So he got, obviously he was detained when he ran on the field. Don't do. They made a law about that, not to do it anymore. But anyways, his shoe got taken by one of the players, and they threw it into the stadium. And one of the fans got it, right? What a small world. That fan was his brother's coworker, and his brother's coworker gave him his shoe back. So his pair was reunited. So
that's such a beautiful love story,
dude. I know. Across the stadium, they made their way back. Beautiful.
But basically, we knew that we were gonna have to leave, obviously, after he did that, because he was gonna try to leave or whatever. So I stayed and I recorded the entire thing. So I turn around. 1,000 people at least were booing me.
And they were all Raiders fans. I want to point that out. The Raiders fans do not enjoy a good time. Duval loved it.
Dude, I got my arm grabbed by some dude, like a fan or something. I was like, what's going on? I ripped this guy's arm off. Everyone's booing me. I've never been booed before. But it was thousands of people staring at me. It was the weirdest situation ever. And then I look up there, you're already with security, and I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, at that point, hey, props to them. They definitely got to where they needed to be pretty quick.
Oh, dude, there's one other part of the story that we skipped, actually.
All right, rewind.
All right, rewind a little bit. We saw a guy getting arrested.
Oh my!
There was like 20 dudes arrested.
Oh my lord! He was so old too. What was his name? We ended up meeting him in jail.
I know. And like Ethan was like, "This is the perfect time. They're all distracted right now." There was hundreds of them. There was no way they were all distracted.
They were not at all. Oh my god.
Oh, and like you said, they made it so you should not jump on fields ever. In Florida now, it's a 1 year in jail if you jump on a field.
What was crazy, shortly after the field incident, the Tennessee game, they ripped down the field goal and then they threw it into the river. Like, they actually did like vandalism. Like, it was
That's
actually
crazy.
like they like did a number on like the town. Like, they actually destroyed stuff other than the stadium. Like, it was total mob mentality. Like, that was pretty dangerous. As well as like, I don't remember who it is, but Frankie, whatever his name is, he's like another like famous dude with a little like mustache, and he has like the big butt. They like paid him to run around on the field, to streak the field with his like little like promotion team. I'm like, that was kind of like weird because like we changed the momentum on the Jags whole season. If you like,
They won after that. They were losing, right?
Yeah, dude, we put them on a whole winning streak. If you look at the bigger picture, like, hey, that was like a sacrifice that was, I guess, needed to be made.
No, dude, it's funny. It's funny though because ours was so much all in good fun too, and like they were so mad.
Yeah, no, it was such like a last minute, not like harm intended. You know, like no one was harmed. You know,
Like no one was at all. It was just like a little joke, and people do it all the time too. They don't all get thrown in jail.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they go tear down the Tennessee stadium, and there's zero repercussions, you know. But
I mean, you know what happens. Like, life lesson.
life lesson. Learn from us.
So basically, they took us on this weird elevator, right? Like some elevator people don't normally go on. I feel like.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
So
they brought us to multiple locations. Honestly, I felt like they didn't really know. They didn't know what to do with us. They were like,
but then we got to go to the jail inside the stadium.
The drunk tank, which sucks because we weren't even drunk.
Okay, see, this is where I was unlucky. So there was like 30 cops in the middle of this room. It was crazy. And there was 2 jail cells in the room. They put Ethan in one, and they put Mike in the other. And then they took me. Of course, I did nothing. I literally took
I did nothing either.
And then I passed Ethan's cell. He's like smiling because he's an idiot, and he was like excited for us, and he didn't know we were getting arrested. Then he sees me through the little jail window, and then all of a sudden he went from smiling to like.
Yeah, no, his face had some despair on it when he saw we were entangled in the situation as well.
You see, they got to stay there. They just threw me in the back of a cop car instantly and put handcuffs on me. And I was like, "So am I getting arrested?" They're like, "No." I'm like, "I'm not."
Yeah, no, I was like, I wasn't sure what was happening. I had slight faith, and then I was like, "Oh, faith is waning. It's going down and down." And then next thing you know, we ended up at the downtown Duval Hotel.
Like, I figured like 50% chance I was going to jail when they put me in the cop car. Like, they're like, we had no room. There was nowhere else to put you. We need to separate you guys and talk about it. I've never heard of getting handcuffed and put in a cop car without them asking you questions, unless you did a serious crime, though. Have you? Because usually they have to ask you like a bunch of questions first.
To be honest, I'm not very familiar with being arrested. Hopefully
Sorry, my bad.
Hopefully that was the last time. I like to think I'm like a good stand-up dude, other than that little hiccup that like I didn't really have too much to take part in, but you know, I was there.
All I know is that after that, they questioned you guys, then they took you out of the room and they put me in the room.
Well, yeah, they took me on a walk because they like were asking me like what gate did you guys come in? They were asking me where we parked, and like that's when I totally lost them because like I'm so bad at, dude, I GPS everything. I'm like, Siri, how do I get to Pat's house? And I basically live here at this point, and so I don't know. I was like trying to explain it. I'm like, right, left, right, and they're like, dude, what's wrong with you?
Oh, dude. Okay, so when I went in and answered like their questions, like I couldn't answer them either. I'm directionally impaired. We parked like in a confusing area.
We did. We did not park in a designated
Well, it was over a mile away. It was like went around highways and like zigzagged through things. And they're like, "Where did you park? And what car were you in?" I don't know. One of my friend's cars. It's not my car. And I'm like answering the questions. They're like, "You." And my story kept changing because I kept remembering different things. I'm like, "Oh no, there was this carnival," and they're like, "You didn't say that before." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'm an idiot."
Yeah, dude. There was a lot going on. The festival that's why we weren't able to park in a normal spot, because like the fair or the festival, whatever the carnival thing was going on, took up the whole like parking lot.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
There was a lot going on that weekend.
I feel like the big thing too was like the birds aren't real thing. They took 30 minutes to question me about. They're like, "What activist group are you part of?" And I'm like, "What's an activist group?" And they're like,
"Can you define that, please?" It's like, I'm not part of an activist group. My friend's just stupid.
No, I literally said my friend's an idiot. I don't know what it means. I said it like 5 times.
Why we're talking about this? Have you guys ever seen a baby pigeon? Food for thought. I've never seen one. Robots, conspiracy. I don't know. You guys tell me.
Wait, there's pigeons everywhere in London. None of them are babies.
That's what I'm saying. You've never seen a baby pigeon before. Chat, blow that up. I bet none of you guys have seen a baby pigeon before.
Does that mean birds aren't real and he was right the whole time?
Dude, I mean, I'm not trying to get in trouble again, so I'm gonna let. I'm gonna leave that one be.
That's not jail for that one. That's when the government takes you.
Oh,
and then
Lordy.
you disappear. But yeah, dude, they were like, "Would you like to make a statement?" You know, when they ask you a question, and I was like, "Can I talk to my lawyer?" And they're like, "No." I'm like,
"Whoa!" I didn't even think to ask that question. I was just like, "Have your way with me."
No, and I was like, "No, I would like to talk to my lawyer before answering anything." They're like, "Okay, you can talk to your lawyer." And then after like 10 minutes, they're like, "No, you can't talk to your lawyer." I'm like, "Dude, I'm pretty sure you're invading some kind of rights that I have, like, to be able to talk to my lawyer before I make a statement to the police about what happened." Like, I feel like all my rights were invaded during this whole, like, process. And then I made some stupid statement, like, very vague statement about the whole thing, because I didn't do anything. They just thought I was stupid. I'm like, I rubbed Vaseline on my friend.
That's how I felt. I'm like, dude, they're literally arresting me on charges of me being stupid. I'm like, hey, you can't charge me for being stupid. Like, at most, you should be like giving me like, I don't know, donations and stuff.
Okay, so we got breach of peace, which is a misdemeanor charge, which is not too bad. That's like we upset the peace there, I guess.
No, we hyped the crowd up, boy.
I mean, no, it's more like we interrupted something. There was no peace. We did not start like a riot or anything. Like, that's what I think of breach of peace as, you know? Like fighting people, like starting like things.
That's what like gets me, is like it was a total passive prank. No, like there was no ill will, no intent to harm anyone or harm thyself. You know, I'm like, it was just kind of funny. And like, if anyone got hurt, it would have been Ethan, which would have made it even more funny if he got tackled.
Yeah, and he got tackled by like 20 people. It was pretty funny.
Hey, he did a good job, man. 82-yard punt return. If anyone's looking for a free agent, I'm sure he'll take a contract. He'll take a contract.
But dude, the thing is, we got a conspiracy charge, which was a felony. That was the crazy part. That made no sense at all. They were just trying to give us anything they could.
Dude, that's why we can't talk about the baby pigeons, man.
I know. Like, literally, they're like, when they said I had a felony, I'm like, I have a felony for taking a video of my friend that literally everyone in the whole, like, place took. And I was
dude, it was broadcast on live television. It's like, what's the difference between someone videotaping it on a personal device and it being displayed on live television?
Oh, I know. And dude, and if you look at the articles, like, I should sue the articles. They say that we tried to jump on the field, or it says that we did jump on the field.
Yeah, like, no, that was never even the intent. There was
videos of us standing there. There was no guards. It says that they stopped us in time. I was just standing there.
Low-key offended, that's how it was worded, because I don't think they would have stopped me. I'm pretty quick.
There was nobody there to stop you. That was the thing. Like, we just stood there and, like, video them. And then
I didn't even video. It was the worst part. Like, I was just there. I'm like, dude, I'm just walking around in the heat, hating this.
Dude, they stole our phones. They stole Ethan's phone, and he literally had nothing to show on his phone. So, like, and they literally threw our phones away. We never got them back. I lost every picture and video because they stole my phone.
Yeah.
I'm very salty about that still.
I know. I don't know what to do about that. That old iPhone I had was a good iPhone. I feel like this new one doesn't work quite the same.
Okay, so after I gave my statement, then they kind of just like I was hoping they weren't going to send me to jail, but then they put me back in the cop car, and then Mike joined me after. We got to ride in the same cop car at least.
Yeah, that was kind of I want to say cool, but we were going to jail, so it wasn't that cool. But
all right, the only cool thing was to go with your best friends, but I don't recommend it to anybody exactly. Going by yourself is way worse than going with your friends.
Yeah, just don't go to jail, kids or adults, ladies and gentlemen. Probably just
everybody, everyone.
Just the solution to that problem is don't do it.
Ethan had to go by himself, but apparently, like he said, it hurt his hands, and they literally did 2 handcuffs so he had more room. Like I'd never even heard of.
Bro, my shit was bleeding.
Dude, it was 2 hours with my hands like this while you guys were in your cells.
Well, they still had us cuffed up in the
yeah, but it wasn't like shoved against this hard plastic thing in an uncomfortable position, you know?
Yeah, no, no one understands being in the back of a cop car till they're in the back of a cop car. Like, you can say how shit it is, but you're not gonna understand how shit it is until you're in the back of one. You know what I mean?
Dude, it's so bad. So like, then they took us there. Like, it's kind of like this, right? We're gonna explain the whole like way that it works. Like, it's like a garage door opens, right?
Okay, hold up, rewind. Homeless Man Alley. Before we even get to the garage door, let's explain all the homelessness going on around that area.
Oh, there's a whole area just of like 50 homeless people that are directly next to the jail. I assume they go there all the time. I don't really know.
Dude, you'd think it's like LA or something over there, man. It's just tent city and stuff. They cleaned it up during the day, though. I don't know what happens during the day. They must...
I don't know, dude. When I went there, someone complimented my shirt, one of the homeless people. It made me feel happy.
Ah, nice. You love a nice homeless man compliment, dude. They're always there to provide positivity.
They don't have to say it. So, like, I was like, oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, they truly don't have to say it.
So, basically, like, a garage door opens, right? And then the car pulls in. Closes instantly, obviously. They don't want anyone escaping.
Yep.
And they let one up. I think Ethan got out first, right?
Yeah, he was in the car in front of us, I believe.
Okay, so he went first. You sit there for a while. They open the crazy security door that's unbreakable without, like, an atom bomb or something. And then they let one of us in at a time, and it takes like an hour just to get in there. Then we get unhandcuffed, right? That's when we got unhandcuffed.
Yeah, put your hands on the wall. They run around. They pat your legs. They, make sure you don't have anything that's not supposed to go in jail.
Yeah, they touch you everywhere.
They do booking, fingerprints, all that stuff.
No, but before that, they put you on that weird machine thing where it's like
it's an X-ray. It's an X-ray machine.
Yeah, it's like a ride, kind of, but probably not the best description.
The worst description ever. Oh,
you're on this really boring ride. Oh no! But before the fingerprints and everything, the 3 of us, we sat on this bench, right? And this is before we got our clothes.
Well, that was kind of like booking and stuff. No,
but this was a part of this. Do you not remember this part of the story?
Yeah, but I was already sitting in my jail pants and stuff.
No, before the jail pants. Remember, there was a dude.
Well, they collected like our phones and our wallets and stuff. We were waiting on all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is after they made us get naked together. We're kind of botching this up a little bit, but it's okay. You guys are just going to stick around.
No, you have it in the wrong order. First, the guy yelled at us. The other dude there, he yelled at us before that happened.
The guy that was mean to me?
Yeah, that was before that happened because we were waiting to go talk to them to get our uniform.
Not going to lie, I'm a little traumatized. I guess I don't remember the order of everything. PTSD. I might have to go talk to my therapist about this whole situation.
No, the 3 of us sat there. We were waiting to go over to the people. They write down all the stuff that they took from you.
Yeah, they take your shoes, your wallet. Yeah. Okay, cool.
And then they give you the outfit. But we're waiting in line. There's one dude and 3 of us. We're joking around because we were like...
we felt like we didn't do anything wrong. I mean, you and me totally didn't do anything wrong, technically. So we were like, what the heck? And it's like, all right, like when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, no matter where you're at. Like, you can't break my stride. And
yeah, we knew we were gonna be there.
Yeah.
We knew we were gonna be there for at least 24 hours. It ended up being more like 48 hours. We're like, we're just joking around a little bit. Dude gets so mad at us. starts yelling at us, says, "You don't understand what it's like being here." I'm like,
we do, literally, buddy, we do. We're sitting in the seat next to you. How? We're wearing the same shoes. Try walking a mile in my shoes. They're the same shoes.
Dude just yells at us, stands up, thought he was going to fight all of us for some reason. Like,
yeah, he was getting intense.
No, then Ethan started yelling at him, and I was like, Ethan's going to beat up this crackhead, and he's going to be in jail for the next month. That's what I thought was going to happen.
I was like, no altercations. We can't do anything that, like, merits jail time. Like, I'm just here to serve my time and go home. I'm a reformed man.
No, but the funny thing was, the police hear it. They come over, and they're like, what's going on over here? Mike literally goes, he's being mean to us. I can't believe you said that in jail.
Dude, he literally was being mean to us. Like, I didn't know what else to do. I'm not here to try and, like, instigate or nothing, you know, like... But he was being mean to us. Like, dude, chill out. Like, enjoy your, you know, time here, I guess.
Enjoy your not free stay that they actually take your money for.
Dude, that's a good little, something that's not spoken about very much, is that jail's very expensive hotel.
Where did my money and my wallet go? Jail? I don't know. But they did a good job. They literally grabbed this dude and just threw him in a solitary confinement cell.
Yep. They definitely, as soon as they heard he was being a meanie, they yanked his up and said, time out.
Dude, they got him. So, like, and dude, you guys went first, like, and got your, like, outfits and stuff. But after you left, because I was last for some reason, he was, like, in there, I think, because he was on drugs. He was, like, feeling sick. And they were, like, yelling at him, screaming.
He was talking about vertigo is what he was yelling about.
Oh, yeah. He was, like, dying on the ground. And he's like, I can't do anything. And they're like, get up! This is karma for being mean to us.
Pat's just watching and clapping silently.
Okay, but then they gave us our outfits, and then they made me and Mike get naked together.
Damn, that happened in that order? Dang. Because I remember that. Because I watched them let other people get naked not together, and I was like...
No, only us, for some reason, had to get naked together.
Oh, I know. I was like, what the heck? I didn't really understand it, but I was like, all right, I guess I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
I was like, this has never happened to me before. I'm pretty sure they're not supposed to do that either. But, like, I was like, all right, I guess we're getting naked. We have no choice now. But the thing that killed me the most was Ethan went in, and then he came out, and he didn't have it on, and he's like, they gave me 2 pairs of pants instead of a pair of pants and a shirt.
Oh, man.
They give you, like, a lunch bag from, like, middle school that has a shirt and pants in it, but they accidentally, like, double pants this.
And they give you a toothbrush, a comb, some toothpaste.
Dude,
we gotta talk about the whole...
traumatized, aren't you? You're traumatized,
I guess. When did they give us that shit?
Dude, we did not get that till after we were heading to our cell block.
Oh my god, you're so right, dude. Oh my god.
You're traumatized. Oh, I feel bad now.
Dude, yeah, hey, dude, jail did a good job. They reformed my ass.
So we literally, like, had to sit on another bench, then they fingerprinted us, and...
Mugshots.
Pop up our mugshots, Lucas. Ethan had a big smile on his face. We both did not look so happy in ours.
I didn't want a mugshot. Ethan was like, oh, it's first day of school, cheese. I'm like, I don't freaking belong here. Let me go home, please.
I know. So then they put you in what's called, like, a holding cell. It's with everyone who just got arrested. There's a girls' one and a guys' one. They're right next to each other.
Dude, there were so many people in there, too. Like, I don't know what capacity was.
Like 30, probably? I'd say 30 people, right?
We were pushing it, man. We were full house bumping in there.
So, like, to explain to everybody, there are, like, is it 3 benches, I believe? Yeah. Benches on the side and 1 bench in the middle. And you sit in there.
2 exterior benches had, what, 2 phones, 3 phones?
I mean, there's 4 phones on each side.
Yeah, okay, 8 phones in total.
But here's the thing. So they give you a piece of paper. It has your own special code on it. They make it extremely complicated to make a phone call with. But none of our codes worked.
None of the phones worked. Hold up, let's rewind.
Dude, it was the codes, not the phone. That was the problem. They gave us all codes that were broken for, like, at least 12 hours until they fixed it, and then the people coming in were able to make phone calls. We couldn't make phone calls, so we had to get other people to give us their code, and these are criminals, so they didn't want to give us their code.
Oh my god, fucking bartering. I'm like, dude, just please give me your code. Like, what do you want?
We could all use it. Like, that's the thing. We complained to the police. They did not care. They're like, oh, no, the system's just down. The system wasn't down. They just gave us codes that didn't work for the phone. And like some dude, like you and Ethan, like bartered with him, said I'd give him his sister money when I got out or something.
Yeah,
like,
no, dude, that's a whole other story. Because once you got out before me, he kept he was he reappeared in the story.
I never gave his sister money either because he was trying to rip me off on a free code we were supposed
Oh,
to
dude,
get.
he's walking around with like a pencil. And he's like, "This is like currency." I'm like, "That is not a shame." I've never been to jail, nor do I want to go back to jail. But I don't really think that's how that works, buddy.
But you know the thing they say on like TV, right? Is you get one free phone call or something. One phone call. That's not how jail works at all. You get as many phone calls as you want if it works. It didn't work, so we got 0 phone calls.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't get a call, but if it works, you got a call. So.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So we kind of like stayed in there for forever. They like everything.
We were in the holding cell or the whatever you want to call that.
Yeah, holding
place.
cell.
Dude, we were in there forever. I felt like it was
over
at least
24 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say we were in there forever, ever, man.
And the toilets are filled with trash. There's no trash can. They give you like one meal while you're there.
We didn't get a meal in holding, which was the craziest part. Like we had to wait until we got checked into the quarantine cell block, which is where like they keep you for the first like 2 or so weeks you're there, because of COVID restrictions, I guess.
Yeah,
But,
we got in the COVID one.
COVID's like the least of their concerns there. They had like little tumbleweeds of pubes floating around on the floor.
I had to make a pillow out of one. Like I needed to sleep, so like I had to form them together. I was like knitting with them and stuff, and and then someone stole my shoes.
Oh my goodness, yeah, this homeless dude stole Pat's shoes. He was like, "Those look nice. Can I borrow those?" And then
he said he had cold feet, and I was being nice. I was trying to be a good person.
Yeah, Pat was being a
rob
stand-up Samaritan, I will admit. Hey, he also he wanted to get a tattoo of you, me, and Ethan's face on his head, which was interesting.
He was a weird crackhead, man. So like,
and then there was
he tried to leave.
Let's not forget about Hollywood. His teeth kept falling out.
Oh, dude, this crackhead.
Hollywood, his name's Hollywood.
I didn't know anyone's name. I don't know how you always know people's names. I don't ask anybody. But he would be sleeping there on the bench. All of a sudden, his teeth would fall. They hit somebody one time. Like,
everyone in the cell block goes, "Watch out, don't let him bite you," because his teeth fell out.
Honestly, Ethan made a terrible joke. I can't even say it on this channel. I'll be able to say the joke that he said on the other adult.
There's so much stuff
channel.
We can't say on this channel.
I can't say the joke Ethan said when his dentures fell out. Ethan may have said a very bad joke, which the whole area just laughed at.
Oh.
Dude, even I made a chessboard out of paper and with a pencil. Like, I literally made little pieces and I played chess when I was in there because we had nothing.
Yeah, but I beat you in chess, so that was pretty epic.
No, that didn't happen. I beat you. And, like, they make it freezing in jail, too, on purpose, so everyone's so cold.
Oh, dude, and they don't turn the lights off, and they wake you up in the middle of the night. Like, I remember I thought I was getting out because I talked to someone on the outside. I was like, "I'm getting out tonight, baby." And the cops woke me up, like, the COs, the corrections officers, woke me up like 3 times, and they're like, "Michael Richmond?" I'm like, "What?" So yeah, that was annoying. They just woke me up because I thought I was getting free, and then they were just there to interrupt my sleep and make sure I wasn't healthy. Which they also yelled at me for doing push-ups and pull-ups. I was like, yo, you can't condone this. I've seen this in the movies. Like, at least let me have like the one. Let me have the one positive experience of this place.
Dude, you sound like such a criminal because you're like, I talked to somebody on the outside.
I did. I thought I was going home. I was like, oh, thank Lordy. I don't belong here. And when I said that, everyone laughed at me. I was like, but for real, though, I don't belong here.
Okay, so basically, this is what happened. So we stayed in there for like 12 hours. I finally was able to call my mom. And like, okay, so we all had our own personal conversations with our moms. We all called our mom.
I didn't know for a while, so because I was ashamed. Sorry, everyone on YouTube, but yeah, I was ashamed.
I called my mom and she answered because basically it's really annoying. They have to pay money to be able to talk to you, so you have to call back a second time. So my mom answers.
So hold up. So when the jail calls, it like alerts the person that you're calling. It's like, hey, blah 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 is calling, like from jail, basically.
From
the
corrections facility, and you need to put like $50 on your phone to be able to talk to them. So you have to call back in like 10 minutes. My mom, I call back and I talk to her, and she's like, "What did you do this time?" And I was like, "I told you I was going to the football game, Mom."
I love how that correlates. I was going to the football game, which means I'm ending up in jail.
So basically, Mike's mom was not that happy with him. My mom was not that happy.
Well, she
with
saw
me.
it on the news. Like,
So did my mom. Yeah.
Like,
But Ethan's mom was like, "I'm so proud of you. I showed the whole family you running on that field," and I was like, "Can we swap moms right now?"
yeah, no, I want to just take a moment, shout out my mama. I love you. I'm sorry for that. Continue.
His mom was like, "Oh my god, I showed my friends and family."
Oh, dude, she was so that's my boy. I was like, no one's mom responds so like positively to such a situation.
I know. So this is like I'm trying. You guys are gonna understand jail a lot more.
Oh yeah, we'll give you the lowdown. We'll give you what we were eating, what we were talking about. Dude, like, there's so much to like.
I'm pretty sure we got food at some point, and it's
We
a
did.
bologna sandwich. Bologna sandwich.
Continue.
Okay, bologna sandwich. There's cheese, bologna. You get 2 sandwiches, 2 slices of bologna, 2 slices of cheese, 4 slices of bread. You get frozen apple juice in a little kid's elementary size.
Dude, that apple juice though, that shit, that goes a long way in the block, boy.
2 fake Oreo off-brands, and you get some kind of flavored Gatorade powder you have to mix with the jail water, which is part of the toilet, which is gross. How much water did I drink from the toilet?
Oh, dude, everyone in that cell block would literally just go. No one was drinking out of it. Like, it smelled horrendous. Like, oh my gosh. Like, dude, like, they need to just clean it up. Put some bleach in there. Maybe some Febreze. Just a quick something, man.
Yeah,
but you definitely outdrank everyone in that whole place as a total.
Combined.
Yeah, as a total.
Yeah, I know. I was so thirsty, and like, so basically the water fountain is also the sink for your hands. That's part of the toilet, and that's the only water source you get.
Oh, and the toilet's also part of the trash can, apparently.
Yeah, it's all one. It's one itself.
They're making the recycling over there.
And you have to pee in front of everyone, poop in front of everyone.
Oh, dude, yeah, the pooping's the worst in the cell block because they don't let you like cover yourself up at all. Do
you remember what happened to me? That I had to go, and I went into the one that was like near medical, and someone had peed all over the toilet paper, and I had to use the pee toilet paper.
Oh, I was talking
so
about
upset.
when we're in the actual cell block. Like, they don't allow
I
it.
didn't do that, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, you're supposed to go to medical. Once you go through medical, they actually put you in a real like cell block with cells and people and like lunch tables from elementary school.
Level
but
2.
That didn't happen. That didn't happen because they closed down medical in the middle of the night. So one thing you do is you need to go to court. It's called your first appearance, right? And they put you in shackles. And shackles are where they handcuff your hands and your feet together.
Dude.
So you wobble like a penguin. They take everybody, then they put you in another cell, which is disgusting. And with how bad your crime is, are what people you're with, which is funny. So all the felons are with the felons. You got murderers next to you and stuff, and they're all talking about stuff. And you're there for like 2 hours at least before they let you into a courtroom. You come in one at a time, everyone sits down, the judge talks, you have to be very quiet. They bring you up one at a time, and they say, do you want to take this deal, which is horrible usually. Want to stay in jail for 3 months? Or do you want to say not guilty and then get bailed out for $5,000? So he was sitting next to like murderers, from what I remember.
Yeah, one dude was distributing fentanyl. Don't do kids. And then the other one was charged with actual, I think, murder of some sort. So that wasn't fun. I was front row, baby. I always try to sit in the front of the class. You know what I mean? Show that I'm present.
Yeah, like, oh my god. So it took a while, honestly, and like I was kind of like wait, this was okay. So I like actually had like I went up, and see, this is where everything went downhill for me, because they dropped my charges. That was good. They're like, oh no, you're good, like we're dropping your charges, like, because it was like not a serious thing, because they knew I didn't do anything. So their charges dropped, and then he was like, what you did, Mr. Giuliano, that was really stupid. And then I accidentally laughed at the judge. And, like, it wasn't on purpose. Like, people are mad about this.
All right, Mr. Giuliano. Good luck. That was a stupid thing you guys did yesterday.
Sorry. It was like a slight giggle. I'm like, sorry. And, like, they put it on the news all over the whole country when I did that. Like, I was everywhere. And when I talked to my mom again, she was so mad at me. She's like, our whole family saw that. I was like, I didn't do anything. I recorded a video. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
But no, they don't let you go home after that either. If you're not checked in through medical, you're not allowed home. Even though my charges were dropped, I still couldn't go home.
That's right. That's crazy, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, wow.
So like they put us back in the cell for like another 5 hours. And then, okay, we finally are going to medical. I went in before you, right?
Yeah, dude, I hated when they rammed the thing up your nose for COVID. Well, felt violated.
But the thing that made me happy is I went in there and the nurse was like, you really don't seem like you belong here. And I was like, someone noticed, thank you so much. And then she hears you yelling in the other room and she's like, why does he talk so loud?
That's like the 10th time I heard that when I was in there. They were like, dude, like, tone it down. And I'm like, I am literally whispering as quietly as I humanly possibly can.
Oh, the funny thing about jail is like, and I had done this before. I'm like, I don't. They ask you, I've done this. Are you comfortable being in general population? Me? No. And then they're like, okay, go with general population right now. Why did you ask me that? if you're gonna put me in it, I want to be alone and I want to get this over with. They're like, oh no, we'll put you with the bad criminals over there. I'm like, okay, thank you so much. That really helps my whole experience here. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, no, I had. Continue.
They wouldn't even let people with like insulin take insulin and stuff like that there. Like there was like everything. Like medical did not help you with anything.
Oh, I know, dude. There were some people, yeah, they were like, I need this, and they were like, next. I was like, what? I was like, I'm fine. What about Buddy over there that's like saying he needs this? I'm like, I'm just hanging. I just want to go home.
No, you see people like shaking and stuff, like people on drugs and stuff, and they're like, they don't care. They're like, you see the guy next to you's like on the ground like this, and they're like, or what? Cops are waving instead. I'm like, what a wonderful place. So basically next we waited for another hour or so. They give you like a care package. It's like a pencil, some paper, a toothbrush,
a comb,
a blanket, right? A blanket and a comb.
Yeah, they eventually give you a mattress at some point too. I don't really know when that was though.
Okay, so you have to go down this weird hallway alone. They don't escort you, which is super weird, isn't it? Like,
dude, we were left totally unattended. There was this old dude on a wheelchair, didn't know his name, so I ended up calling him Hot Wheels, and he's just rolling around the fucking thing. We were just like, we don't know what to do, so we just sat on a bench. It was just such a weird environment. I was like, are we doing this right? Like, do they know we're here? Like, are we lost?
No, they give you stuff, and they're like, that way. And I'm like, okay. You walk down a hallway, and then there's like people like behind a desk, but super protected from us criminals. And you're like, what do I do now? And they're like, let me turn on the elevator for you. Brings you up. You go through all these weird secure doors, and then I'm like, I know where I am. I'm near like the cell blocks. And then I just sat down on this bench because I didn't want to go in. No one's forcing you to do anything at this point. Like, you're unattended. Yeah, I sat there for 30 minutes. And then 30 minutes later, Mike showed up, and I'm like, oh my God, they put us in the same area. Because there's like multiple wings and like 10 floors to the whole jail. So basically, I'm like sitting here for half an hour, like on this bench. And then Mike comes in, and I was so surprised because there's like 10 floors to the jail, and there's like an east and a west wing.
We were on floor 2, just to verify for everyone. We were in Gen Pop.
Legally, I don't think they're supposed to put people that were arrested together in the same spot, but I was like, oh my God, thank God. And then you said there was the dude with the wheelchair came in, right? Like,
yep, Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels came in, but then another dude came in, and he had like like a towel on his arm, and like apparently someone stabbed him or something.
Or he tried to harm himself. Like,
I don't know. I assume someone tried to stab him. And he told them it was an accident, but obviously they lied because they don't want to get killed by somebody.
This dude straight up said he was cleaning the sink, and when he cleaned under the sink, his arm just fell apart. You would think a dragon slashed this man's arm in half.
Oh,
like,
dude.
You could see veins, like blood went.
No, I learned something. No, hold on. I learned something that day. The old movies that show like when someone like gets hurt and blood like shoots through the air like a weird faucet thing. That's actually what happens in real life, and I did not realize that.
Oh, it's sprayed.
No, because he goes and he's like, "Do you want to see it?" And I looked at him and I was like, "Kinda, yeah." And he removes it. Blood goes. And I was like, "Oh my God!" And then eventually the correction officers came over, and they're like, and the dude literally says to him, "This is why I'm gonna get beat up next time I go to jail. If I go to jail again."
Yeah, you don't want to step on any toes or nothing.
Yeah, he goes, what do you expect? You're in jail. And I was like, oh, God, I don't like being here anymore. And then I was like, what cell block were you in? That's literally what I said to him. And then I found out, because I had a piece of paper with my cell block number, because there was like 4 cell blocks. And I was like, oh, thank God I'm not in that one. And then they tried to like help him, which they did not. They were like, took this towel, tried to tie it completely, didn't tie it around his arm where the cut was. They like tied it here and here, and then just like pressed on it so it hurt more. And I was like, I really want to go home right now, mommy.
I know, you'd be like, that's tightened up, and they were like, Rink! I was like, oh my God. So we just literally hung out there for like 2 hours. Like, because we didn't want to go to the cell block at all after that. After that? Hell no. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm not prepared for this. Like, oh.
Yeah, and then luckily we both were in the same cell block. Ethan, we lost him forever at that point. He's in the other wing.
Well, do you remember when I thought, like, we went straight into that one door, which would have led us into, like, the guards, like, tower, which I was like, jail's kind of nice. They got reclining chairs. Like,
yeah.
I was like, oh, hell yeah. And then it was not that at all.
No,
they brought us to a place with, like, metal beds and dirty toilet water.
Yeah, so basically there's a spot in the middle, right? And this is where, like, the one person overlooks 300 people in jail. So there's no helping you, basically. He sits in his recliner and does nothing. So eventually I was like, Mike, we need to go in because I already was released, technically, so they were going to call my name at some point. And I wouldn't hear it if I didn't go into our cell.
They didn't call it until the next day.
My name they called, remember? Right,
yeah, but it took forever, though, I felt like.
For me? No, dude, we went in, there was a bunch of weird people, like, there was some dude circling around everybody.
Yeah, there was a magician in there, I mean...
Oh yeah, there was a magician doing card tricks for everybody, that was super weird.
Yeah, dude, there's some... You didn't get to meet the people in there, but they...
No, I didn't want to.
Yeah,
there was a creepy dude talking to us, and then he started walking into my cell, so I, like, followed him in, because I thought he was going to try to steal my stuff. Because I, like, don't trust anybody there. You can't trust anyone there. Like, most of them are actually, like, huge criminals.
Oh, I know. Dude, it sucked that you got discharged before me or whatever. Because then I was, like, I was left to make friends. Like, I remember going into my cell without you there, and I was like, so, what's your guys' names? And one of them just goes, A-aw. And the other guy's like, is this your first time being here? And I was like, matter of fact, it is. Like, how old are you guys? Like, I don't really know how to communicate with criminals, apparently. I'm just trying to...
What you in for? You got any ice on you?
Yeah,
I'm like, what's ice?
I'm just trying to, get to know who you are, play a few icebreakers. Like, what's your favorite color? Where are you from? Like, no way, me too. But they were not about that. They were like, Mrr. I was like,
they're like, you got drugs on? They're like, you got drugs with you? I'm like, I didn't expect to go to jail, and I didn't shove drugs inside my body to get here either. Thank you very much. And I don't know what that is.
They search you, even if you did do that. So don't do that.
No, it was terrible. Like, and we're like just relaxing. After like 10 minutes, they called me, and then like, it still takes like 2 hours to get out of there, even when they call your name.
Oh my goodness! It's a slow. They're quick to put you in there, but man, they get you out. They don't want to let you out.
There was some poor lady there, like, and obviously it was her first time in jail, and she was getting released, and she's like, please, I'm so thirsty, I can't drink from the toilet. Can I have an apple juice, please? And the guy with like a whole case of apple juice walks by, and she's like, please, can I have one? He's like, I'm like, I'm sorry, but like, you are not getting an apple juice. And then after those 2 hours, like, they like let me out, and then so I like they stole our phone, so I can't make a phone call, obviously. They have a broken phone, doesn't even work. It like doesn't work properly at all. Like, I'm trying to get, like, eventually I get in contact with my mom, and I'm like, can you have my brother pick me up? And I'm like, I asked the people there, what's the address? They gave me the wrong address on purpose.
They're like, yeah, the address is 123. Not my problem.
And then, like, I literally spent 2 hours walking through a horrible area, like a dangerous area, obviously, like down the street. And yeah. I had a wig on me because I was holding Ethan's wig. So I'm walking around with a wig and like a bunch of markers that they gave me after I was released from jail. I finally found my brother, and then I'm like trying to find a way to like get like you and Ethan out of jail. Like I'm trying to bond you guys out, right?
Oh,
and
dude,
then,
talk about it. Jesus.
and they're like I went to like a bunch of places, and eventually I got money out. I went in the middle of like the ghetto to get money out, and I went and I took out like a couple $1,000. Like,
It was a hefty.
then,
it was a pretty little penny, that's for sure, to get us out.
And then some dude was like, "Hey, you got any money?" Like, I'm like, "Not for you. I gotta bail my friends out in like a scary area." And then like I go to like the bond places, and they're like, "Oh no, the bond system is down." And I'm like, "Then how do you get out of jail?" They're like,
You don't. And we didn't.
Yeah. Then I honestly like I gave up and I went to a strip club. And then I was like, "Oh, thank God I'm home." Then luckily Amani like bailed you guys out the next day, but she didn't bail you out. She literally paid the entire bond by going there, which is so much more expensive. Because normally, if you got like what you guys don't know, you pay 10% to what is called a bail bondsman, and they will pay the full amount, and they'll get bailed out. And when they go to their next appearance, they get their money back. So they basically make your money. So if you don't do that, you have to pay the full amount, and that is exactly what she did, and you guys were able to get out of there, I remember. Like a beautiful video on Snapchat of you guys running out.
Yeah, dude, I was the last one out. Do not know how that happened, but of course it was that. And yeah, there was a video of me and Ethan being reunited after our traumatic experience.
So here's the thing that happened, though, because this story didn't really end here. That's the real problem with it.
Yeah, the story continues to this day. It's like the living legend.
So only mine ended, but like, here's the thing. So Ethan, he hired the worst lawyer in the world for his. Like, so there's
He hired a prosecutor.
A prosecutor's the person that tries to send you to jail, and the lawyer's the person that saves you. He had a prosecutor.
Defendant. Yeah, he didn't get a defendant. So
he had there was a prosecutor, and he's like, "Why don't I hire a second prosecutor to make this fun?" He like, "Yeah, they were prosecuted for 10 years, so I thought they'd be a good lawyer." I'm like, "No, they literally tried to send him back to jail."
They did send him back to jail.
Like he was like, "Yeah, we went to like the court and like they put another charge on him, resisting arrest." And his lawyer was like, or his prosecutor was like, "Oh no, you kind of did resist." He had a smile on his face. Everyone saw him. But yeah, he hires a second prosecutor, and the prosecutor was all for like everything the judge said. Like, "Oh yeah, you definitely resisted." He had like a huge smile on his face the entire time. He wasn't resisting. The videos are all over the internet. Him like, really happy. But the thing was, like, he had a second court appearance, right? And everyone, I think, remembers the baseball game incident where Ethan jumped on the field. I put that on my YouTube. I had to take it down. My lawyer said to take it down because he said I might get arrested. And I was like, what?
Oh, Lord.
But then apparently Ethan, like, he dressed really nice, right? And then he went to his second.
Yeah, no, he dressed up for the Nines because he thought it was going to be a big deal. And they were like, "Are you Ethan Davies?" And he was like, "Matter of fact, I am," because he thought he was doing a good job that day, and then he went right back to jail. And later that day, I was getting phone calls, and he was, "Oh, help me, I'm in jail, man." I'm like, duh.
That's literally what happened. Like, he's like, "Yeah, I went there, and they arrested me because of the video you posted on YouTube of me jumping on the baseball field." Oh, he was so upset. And then, oh my God, like, Mike came over to my house with his phone on 1%, plugged in his phone, and then I had a rabbit at the time. My rabbit just bit through the wire and like killed his phone, and that was the only number that Ethan knew too.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Rabbit's working for the prosecutor, I felt.
Yeah, he only chewed on wires that my phone were charging on, or someone's phone was charging on. He never just like nibbled on like, you know, just hanging out wires. They were active wires.
No, only the active wires. Don't know how it didn't kill the rabbit, actually.
I got questions for that rabbit. Oh well.
I actually looked it up online. So apparently they don't have a lot of saliva. So without water, like, they don't get electrocuted when rabbits bite through wires.
That's kind of crazy. Fun fact for you guys.
Yeah, I had to look it up because I was like, "How are you alive? You bit through everything."
Yeah, that's true.
But dude, that was such like a crazy time. Everything finally got dropped. I wanted to talk about it for so long because everyone kept saying like there'd be YouTubers trying to make money off of it. Obviously, that I got arrested, so they're making videos. They're like, "I can't believe like Pat went so down. Now, how could he do this?" I'm like, I went like this with my camera.
I know. I feel like it's kind of a big misunderstanding on you and me. It's kind of clear what Ethan did.
Oh, dude, there's one funny part though that wasn't mentioned.
Bring it up.
The news article. They didn't have Mike's mugshot.
Dude, I was hoping this was gonna.
Lucas, make this pop up on screen. If you don't have the picture, I have it. I'll send it to you.
No. Oh god.
So dude, the news is so corrupt that they just make things up. They said, oh,
They just needed a picture of a Michael Richmond. They didn't even get this pretty little thing going. They found some. Yeah, this pretty little thing. They found some other dude.
They took a crackhead that went to jail and they put his mugshot, and underneath it said Michael Richmond. I died.
Bro.
Mike was like, should I call the news? I want my mugshot.
I was so offended. I'm like, you guys are seriously gonna ruin my life and make me ugly? Dude, like, one or the other.
I was like, this poor dude. Oh, also, so next pod, I'm hoping we get Ethan on it. He's so hard to contact.
Yeah, no, we'll get him on just for you guys, though.
Yeah, because like Ethan has a lot more to say, and he had a different experience too. He jumped the field. Also, he was separate from us in jail. Like once he got to like the cell block, like he has his own story to tell about it, and his own opinion. He started the whole thing.
Yeah, he was the reason we were there.
And I believe that once we get that started, we're probably gonna sell T-shirts of our mugshots. And I really want to sell one of yours with the crackhead on it so badly.
I mean, hey. If that's what they want, that's what they want.
And if that dude sues you, I'm gonna die.
Sues me? I should be suing him. He's ugly.
Oh man, it's such a funny picture. And I was looking at it, and like I sent it to people, and they're like, he doesn't look like he'd be part of your friend group. I'm like, I know he doesn't look like he would be.
Because he's not.
Oh no, oh man, I hate the news for that stuff. Like every news thing lied just to use my name and stuff. Mostly, I feel like they're like PopularMMOs tried to jump on field or jumped on field. It said I like streaked the field. I'm like, when?
Oh, I know. I'm like, why are you saying I did things that I didn't? Easy there, guy.
Oh, I know. So we kind of just wanted to make a video about this. I think like the whole thing is like we talk all the time about like things going on in life and like it's pretty interesting stories. Like we were just in London, which I'm still in London. Like that's a whole nother podcast in itself. I feel like
that'll be coming up in the near future. Just because there's all sorts of good clips and stuff of us running around, getting hit by buses and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like on this one we have a few clips. Most of them are already online, obviously. Dude, if we had the ones from our phone, I would have been so happy because those would have been good. Like my phone, I took the best video out of everybody too.
Hey, if only we had the phones. If only.
But if anyone has clips from the game that I don't know about, let me know because there might be. Literally, it's totally possible. There's clips we don't even know about that happened.
Oh, there's 100% clips that we don't know about.
I would love to see him. I would love to see Ethan jumping on that field and running because they hit a football. They thought he stole the football.
Oh, I know, yeah. They were like, everyone was so like, I don't know, like shocked. They were like, what?
How did he get the football from them?
I know, they're like, why is this shirtless dude on the field with a football? What's going on?
Oh yeah, dude, it was crazy. But yeah, guys, I guess we should end it here. I feel like this is pretty much the gist of the story. Ethan has probably quite a bit more to say about it than we do, since he was the main person, though, right?
I mean, he was the one that ran the field. It was his special day, as he says.
Yeah, I mean, and he deserves to be able to talk about his special day. We can't take that away from him. That would be wrong.
Dude, it was a special day. We can't dim that light.
But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Definitely leave a like. Check out PopularMMOs podcast. I think we're going to have a real fun time over there, just joking around, talking about things.
Oh, my, dude, it's going to be so awesome where we'll be unfiltered and be able to hang loose.
Yeah, we tried our best here. I think we did a pretty good job of keeping it pretty slightly family friendly.
This was the most appropriate we've ever been. I'm like, that's downright church behavior we were putting on right there.
Lucas edit things.
Oh yeah, I mean he's got his little work set out for him.
Not too bad.
That's what I got for.
But yeah, dudes, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Say bye. Not clapping.